Hello, my friends, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rosangel, and I love all things cooking, entertaining, and good vibes. So, if this is your type of content, you are very welcome. On today's video, I wanted to start my video differently. I wanted to show my face, and I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate your love and your comments and your likes. So, on today's video, my friends, I'm going to show you guys how to prepare these delicious thin pork chops. Now, we have some friends coming over, and I don't want to do this inside because I don't want the house to smell like food. Got my candles on, got my ambient, so I don't want to spoil it with the smell of food, although I know it's going to be delicious. Now, so I'm going to actually be using my electric skillet. And I've had this for a while and I love it because they're thin pork chops. I don't want to overcook this. So this is my safe little tool right here. The ingredients are easy. If you follow me here, I always say this, and you probably say easy with all the ingredients. It's just easy, my friends. Just follow me, cook with me. Now, here are your ingredients, okay? You're gonna need some red onions. So I have a whole red onion here. You're gonna need some bell pepper. Well, I had some orange and yellow, so I'm using orange and yellow, whatever you have in your refrigerator. And I also have some garlic. If you've seen my videos, love me the onions and the garlic. This is what really give food a delicious flavor. So I'm gonna be doing some garlic as well. Now, seasoning, super easy. I'm gonna use some salt, some black pepper. I have some completo, which we call in Spanish completo, but it's complete seasoning. It has a little bit of everything. And then I'm gonna be using some onion powder, okay? Now, this right here is what's gonna give these pork chops that delicious kick, okay? So I'm gonna be actually marinating the onions and the garlic and the bell peppers with this delicious red wine vinegar. And this is at the end, okay? It's gonna be so good. And because my friends are coming like anytime soon, I wanna prepare this quickly. I'm gonna serve this with some big potato. And if you follow me here, you guys know that I love those pickup bags. Put it in the bowl and you can create whatever delicious salad you want. So that's what I'm doing today. So my friends, come with me and let's cook together. Cheers. I'm going to start by drying the pork chops, and these are thin pork chops. They are so easy and quick to cook. Now, this is funny, my friends. So my daughters know that when I am recording, and if for whatever reason they come in my video, they will show up in my videos and they don't like it. I know that sounds mean. So I actually have Tatiana sort of crawling down, trying to get my attention to say something because she doesn't want to show on the video. So if you see me talking, it's actually the girls. So we're gonna go ahead and season these nicely. And the ingredients are easy. As I said earlier, we got some salt, some black pepper, some complete seasoning, and some onion powder. And there's no marinating here. This is last minute. You know, I have some friends coming over and I need to get this going. And when I tell you this is so quick, and it's actually a great recipe to prepare during the week. So I'm going to season them nicely, and then they are going to go in my electric skillet for about probably 10 to 15 minutes. And that's it, my friends. Now, the key with this recipe and what's going to really elevate these pork chops is when I marinate the onions and the bell pepper, and of course with the garlic. The pork chops are seasoned. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil, just so that they don't stick on my skillet. Although I will put a little bit of oil as well on the skillet. But you know what? For some reason, the olive oil also gives these pork chops a really good flavor. My pork chops are ready to go in my skillet, but of course, a little of wine, and don't judge, my friends. Now, let's talk about skillet. I've had a few, and I have purchased skillet from $20 to $30. And they last okay, but I decided to invest in a pretty decent one. I paid about probably 90 bucks for this particular brand. I believe is called Presto. I think it's the brand, and it's pretty good. And I like the lid because of course you can do many things. You can even do rice in this skillet. It's just really, I love it. I love it, my friends. It's a very nice skillet. And I use it a lot, especially if I don't want to cook anything inside. It's interesting. I said earlier that I didn't want to cook anything inside, but I had to do the onions and the bell peppers inside. But it was perfect. It smelled delicious. So I actually have my skillet. It's already plugged in to the electrical outlet, and I am just gonna wait until it gets pretty warm, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking my pork chops. It's such a beautiful evening. It is probably in the 50s, so it was perfect. Very enjoyable to do these pork chops outside, and we actually enjoy the evening outside. After dinner, a few glasses of wine. It was really, really nice. It started getting a little nippy later on, but you know what? We truly enjoy this evening. What I want to do is probably give it about 5 minutes on each side, and that's it, my friends. This is how easy and quick these thin pork chops are going to cook. Now look how beautiful these pork chops are looking. This is about probably 5 minutes. I'm gonna give it another 4 or 5 minutes, and that's it, my friends. I'm gonna be working on my onions and bell pepper, which are gonna go all over these pork chops. Of course, we're gonna need a skillet again. I'm gonna be adding some olive oil or whatever oil you fancy. I'm actually adding everything together. The last thing I'm going to add will be the garlic, okay? I say this all the time. Garlic is something that you got to keep an eye on. You don't wanna burn this garlic, my friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cook this for a few minutes, maybe 3 minutes max. Now here is the trick, the red wine vinegar. This is gonna truly elevate these veggies right here. The onions and the bell peppers, my goodness, this is so good. And this is gonna go all over these pork chops. Delicious. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And this is ready. This is what you want. See how pretty and caramelized they actually look? Pork chops are ready. These are coming inside with me. You have to try this recipe. Not only is it easy, but it is a quick fix, my friends. Now make sure that you put all these beautiful veggies all over this pork chops. And of course, I say this all the time, my friends, the key is you have to let this rest for a bit. So I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna let them rest for about 5 minutes before serving. We had some leftovers for lunch, and when I tell you they were even nicer the next day, my goodness, delicious. My friends, I hope you have enjoyed this recipe. It is Super Bowl night, so here's to great food, great football, and the Bad Bunny halftime show. I am so excited, my friends. Until next time, cheers, be safe, and enjoy.